Hello YouTube, A7X Rob Raccoon, A7X here with a first on YouTube, and this first is being I really wouldn't call it CD review, album review, I'd more call it a CD review, but basically what I'm going to be doing is start reviewing all the Dave Matthews Band live Trax albums, and I'm going to start in reverse order and start with the newest one, Live Trax 30, which is a compilation of songs from a 3-night show they did at the Muse in Nantucket, Massachusetts from August 16th through August 18th. And this particular live Trax is on 2 discs. CD1 starts off with Satellite, Ants Marching, Lie Our Graves, Granny, One Sweet World, the song that Jane likes, Warehouse recently, The Best of What's Around, Pay for What You Get. Satellite was on the 16th, Ants Marching and Line Our Graves 18th, Granny, One Sweet World, song that Jane likes 17th, Warehouse on the 18th, recently on the 17th, Best of What's Around on the 16th, and Pay for What You Get on the 17th. Don't really know why they mixed it up there, but it is very hard actually to find audio from the early days of the band. Especially these shows, they were unable to, I believe, capture footage from it, so this is the best we're going to get, and it's awesome. It's really great to hear 90s, 93 Dave Matthews Band. And then CD2 has Tripping Billies from the 18th, Help Myself from the 17th, Typical Situation from the 18th, Minarets from the 17th, The Rare Blue Water on the 18th. It is the full version, not the partial version we get nowadays, like I did at the Homedale concert last year. We got partial version that was just over 2 minutes. True Reflections on the 18th, Dancing Nancy's on the 16th, Two Step on the 18th, and Halloween, which was the closer to their Night 2 show on the 17th. And as you see, a lot of these songs appeared on later albums. Some appeared on Remember Two Things, others on Crash, and you have some songs from before these you have Halloween on here, and that was on Before These Crowded Streets, which, why can't I say that right? Before These Crowded Streets, which came out in 1998. So that's crazy. 5 years prior that they actually played that song. There is actually a 92 version as well, I believe, on YouTube that my cousin Jonathan told me. And I mean, we'll get to it. Not really going to do a track-by-track review, since you've probably heard these songs already many times, and I'm not sure if every video I'm going to show, do it in this format where I show the CD and everything. Probably will. I don't feel like boring you guys with the computer screen. But here's the inside. And it's just Carter, Stefan, Dave, Leroy, and Boyd. No Tim, no Rashawn. And I already did an opening of this, actually, but there you go. There's, again, the track listing. Says who all the songs are written by. Yeah, True Reflection says copyright 1999. Which is pretty funny. Halloween actually says 1994. Huh. Interesting. A lot of these songs are copyright 1994 or 93. Granny 99. Help Myself 97. Blue Water 1990. Wow. Okay. Well, that's just a copyright. Anyway. So, first song on this album is Satellite. I'm not particularly a big fan of Satellite, but I really love this version. Especially how it starts with a pleasant, soft-sounding intro that lasts for about 3 minutes. It's really cool. You just hear you hear the entire band minus Dave's vocals. It's really nice to hear. And it's a great song to listen to when you're just relaxing at home or at the beach, or you feel tired. Perfect song to listen to. Ants Marching just sounds like every typical older Ants Marching. There's really no jams other than the violin solo before the end of the song. And then, of course, People Don't Sing, People in Every Direction, No Words Exchanged, No Time to Exchange Them. Dave actually sings that, which was a common thing when they were first playing the song and whatnot. Liner Graves has an awesome drum solo to start the song, and that drum beat can be heard throughout the song, and just great jams throughout it. And Dave says Liner Graves is a song about being dead and having no regrets. Granny sounds the same minus Tin and Rashawn, just like a bunch of other songs on this album. There's a beautiful 3-minute intro for One Sweet World. I actually really love that song. Song that Jane likes as well sounds the same, just minus Tim and Rashawn. And believe it or not, a 1993 Warehouse sounds just like a modern day Warehouse. Once again, you don't have the electric guitar though, or the trumpet. You just have the 4 band members. You have a Same Great Recently with Pretty Cool Jam. And the reason why I say Pretty Cool Jam is because a lot of other versions are short, like on other live tracks, like Live Trax 13, which obviously I will review, but that's Live Trax 13, so that won't be for a while. That version, way too short, doesn't even have a jam. Not a big fan of this one. I like this recently. But he doesn't do the Lovely Lovely Girl lyrics, which I like. He sings that, obviously, in the more modern... in the recently nowadays. We get a nice best of what's around with a fun jam at the end. That's another song I like, and I feel like it's one of the overlooked ones from Under the Table and Dreaming. You have a typical pay for what you get. Tripping Billy starts with an acoustic intro and some vocals I've never heard Dave sing, and I don't think we've ever really heard from a Tripping Billies, and I thought this was actually going to be an acoustic version of Tripping Billies. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, oh no, it's not. It just had an acoustic intro. And once again, has that awesome Boyd solo we all know and love. And then it has Minarets, and this is the first time I heard a live Minarets other than the Remember Two Things version, and it is amazing, especially that jam they do at the end. It is really such an awesome heavy song. I really want to hear this with the full band nowadays, and not an acoustic version. I mean, I bet acoustic sounds great, and I'm glad they brought it back this year, but I'd rather hear it with the band. Just like, Liner Graves. Which, actually no, I wanted to hear Liner Graves acoustic. And at the show I was supposed to go to this year, that wasn't the case. I mean, they got it, but it was in the electric set. Anyway, we have a full version of Blue Water, which is very rare, and it is a very depressing song. But I still love it. I highly recommend every Dave Matthews Band fan to listen to it, because you probably haven't. You've probably only heard a partial. And it is such a great song. I mean, you can tell how suicidal the song is. And I feel like that's why the band doesn't play it too much. I think Dave has stated that, actually, that's why. He says it's just a really depressing song. And if they do play it fully, it'd be one of their longest songs ever. Still, it was so nice to hear that. I thought it would be a shorter version, but it's not. It's actually become one of my favorite Dave Matthews bands. Dave Matthews Band. It's become one of my favorite songs by the band, and if I would had to pick off a song from this album, it would be that one. Definitely. Definitely stands out among the others. 93 version 2 Reflections is funny, but still awesome. I'm not a fan of Dancing Nancy's, and honestly, this one wasn't really special to me. You can all hate me, I don't like Dancing Nancy's or Satellite, and I know those are two songs that fans really love. Maybe they'll grow on me, I'm not sure. It's like my cousin Jonathan, he wasn't a big fan of Number 41, and then last summer he finally got into it. Maybe they'll be like me with that and some other songs off of Under the Table and Dreaming. The two-step sounds weird. And it's not like any other two-step we know. Last minutes are funny though, since I believe it was the closer to their final night, and it's just, Dave acts as his funny self with the things he says and the noises he makes. That's why we love you, Dave. And then finally, to end the album, we have Halloween, which shows a side of Carter we never knew, because it was very drum heavy. Especially the intro, like, his drums last for pretty much 3 minutes. And lyrics are different from the studio version and how they play it live today. Still awesome, though. And Dave's vocals just give me goosebumps with this song. His screaming is excellent, and it definitely goes with the Halloween theme of the song. And I wish he could still scream like he did on this version. It really sounds like he's angry at someone. And the song ends with more drumming. And I'm actually going to play you guys the last bit of Halloween, because it's just funny what the announcer says. I'm hoping you guys can hear this. Put my laptop close. So you're going to get a bunch of fans screaming, then it's funny how this ends. That dude's voice is just hilarious. I wish I could sample more for you guys, but I don't want to get hit by copyright. But that guy's voice is funny. Anyway, so my least favorite track off this live Trax would probably, believe it or not, have to be Dancing Nancy's. My favorite one, like I said, the one that stands out to me is Blue Water. If I'd have to pick my top 3, since my cousin and I always do top 3 with our album reviews, which you should check out, by the way. You know what? I think I'll do my top 3 from both CDs. So from CD 1, I love the Satellite, the Line Our Graves, and the Best of What's Around. And then off of CD 2, I loved Minarets, Blue Water, and Halloween. And for my top 3 overall, it would definitely be Blue Water, Halloween, and Minarets. No. That's like everything I said from CD. Okay, well. My top 3... Alright, let's diversify my top 3 there, shall we? Blue Water, Halloween, and probably the Best of What's Around. I was thinking of the Line Our Graves, because I do love that as well, but there you go. So those are some of my favorites from this live Trax, and overall, definitely recommend this live Trax to any Dave Matthews Band fan. It is such a rarity we get to have some of their older music or older performances in great quality, and you definitely do not want to miss out on getting this one. And if you're like me, who's trying to collect all the live Trax, you're gonna get it anyway. And I'd also recommend you guys getting the reissue of Remember Two Things. My cousin and I just listened to the Typical Situation from that, and it is really good, actually. Sorry if you see... No, you do not see my hand. Alright. So the Remember Two Things reissue has 2 studio bonus demos. Pay for What You Get, Typical Situation. Haven't heard the Pay for What You Get, but I mean, I'm not a big fan of that song anyway. But the Typical Situation is awesome. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know your thoughts on this live Trax in the comment section below. Definitely, if you can pick up, the only way you could get this album is from their official website, and I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But if this is on YouTube, I would definitely recommend you guys to find this and listen to it, because you will enjoy it. I'm not going to do ratings with these, since they're just live versions of songs we all know and love, I'll just mention, like, standout tracks and whether I would recommend it or not. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Like I said, don't forget to thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time with a review for Live Trax 29. Which, I forgot where, I think it's, I know it's from the summer tour last year, I forgot where, I think it's, I don't remember. I'm sorry, but, whoops. That's alright, all I know is it's from their June 1st show from last year's summer tour. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, YouTube.